Have you ever been discriminated against because of your sexual orientation?
Nope. Not in the community, not in the school district, not at work, not anywhere that we know of. Let's put it that way. Not openly. Yeah. Nothing's ever been openly discriminated against.
Do you think that's a normal situation?
No. No, it's one of the reasons why we moved to Highland Park, because it's a diverse community and there seems to be much more acceptance of different types of families and different cultures and different people. So we know people who have been in other communities and have moved to Highland Park for that reason.
Have you ever had trouble getting a job because of it?
Nope. Not at all. No.
Now you have 2 kids. Have they ever experienced discrimination?
I don't think they have to the degree that other children have. I think that kids are kids and they say things about them, but for the most part I don't think that our lifestyle has influenced them and had any negative encounters with peers. Yeah, again, I mean, I guess kids have known me since kindergarten, like their group of kids since I worked in the school, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it or not, but nobody's ever said anything to them, but we don't know about anything ever being said. Yeah. And we're pretty active in the schools. Yeah.
How would you react if one of your daughters came home explaining that they were discriminated against?
We'd talk to our daughter and see what the issues were and how she would want to handle it, and then if need be we'd contact the principal or the guidance counselor and see what what their end would be, and then just deal with it, whatever the next step would be, whether it be from the principal and having a meeting with us or having a meeting with the other parent or the child.
How old were you when you came out as a lesbian?
Came out to other people or knew yourself?
Came out to other people.
Okay, well, probably about 20 for me.
When did you know for yourself?
Probably 16. So it didn't take that long. Yeah, I was 18 when it finally clicked. Yeah, but you didn't tell your family. No, I didn't tell my family until I was in my mid-20s.
How did your family react?
My mother cried. It was also in the 80s. It was the time with the AIDS epidemic, and she was concerned about my health, which I think is why she cried, but it was also what she perceived as the wedding was never going to occur and grandchildren were never going to occur, and she missed the wedding and she missed the grandchildren because she died before both occurred. But our families have been very receptive to, our partnership and to the birth of the children, and we're very much a part of the families.
All right. Thank you. Have you ever been discriminated against because of your sexual orientation?
Well, I would say on a daily basis in the United States, the one issue that stands out for me is there's a federal law called the Defense of Marriage Act. And what the Defense of Marriage Act does is that it does not recognize any level of either a civil union or gay marriage for gays and lesbians on a federal level. So what that means is that my partner and myself, we are unable to file joint income tax, so therefore, which is something that benefit that married couples receive, which is a considerable financial benefit. I'm unable to inherit Social Security from him were he to pass away, nor would he be able to inherit Social Security from me. Also, the issue is that if you're in a state that recognizes either a gay marriage or a civil union or domestic partnership, there are other states that have passed constitutional amendments that prevent that from happening. So what that means is that if you were to move to another state where that would be the case, like maybe, for instance, Ohio has passed a very strict anti-gay marriage amendment during the 2004 election. Were we to move there, we would have to contact a lawyer and create a whole network of legal documentation to make sure that our relationship was protected if one of us ever was in the hospital or if there was ever an issue of anything in regards to inheritance rights, anything like that. That would be something of an issue. So I would say on a day-to-day basis, there's a level of discrimination that I experience because I'm not sort of entitled to some of the same rights that other Americans might receive. That's my take on it.
How old were you when you came out?
I would have to say I was 18.
How did your family and friends react?
It was very positive and very affirming experience. Everyone was very supportive, and it was a really, really good experience. I know that that's not always the case for some people. Some people have a difficult time with that. It all depends on people's level of comfort and their family background to some degree.
Do you have any kids?
Yes, I have 2 children.
Have they ever been discriminated against?
They're both on the young side. I would say my older son has been asked periodically why he doesn't have a mom or something like that, which of course he does have a mom. You know, he has a biological mother. She doesn't live with us or anything like that, but he has, that's something that once in a while he'll be asked. So that's something of an issue, I think, for him. Once in a while he'll be asked that question. But otherwise, no. I think more of the larger issue is that sometimes people don't always know to, sort of how to work around that, or to ask us first how to deal with that in a school setting, what you can do, how do you sort of make welcome in a family that might not look like other people's families, because sometimes in school we assume that everybody comes from a parent where there's a mom and a dad, and as we all know, there are all different kinds of families in schools.
Have you ever been discriminated against at school or elsewhere because of your sexual orientation?
I'd have to say it wasn't me really personally. It was just myself and a group of my friends who were also, majority of them are gay. We were all discriminated against because, well, as you know, majority of gay men do look more feminine in some aspects, and gay women do sometimes look more butch, so we were discriminated against because people could obviously tell that we were gay. They called us names, they just said things, and a lot of my friends felt uncomfortable and didn't really feel like standing up for themselves, so we all left.
Did you say anything back to them?
I mean, I said what I had to say. I told them that I felt disrespected, and I said my piece, and then we just left. I just wanted to leave because my friends felt like they weren't really comfortable.
Does this occur at school?
It's Highland Park. It's a very open place. It's more so okay for girls to be gay than guys in Highland Park. If there's an openly gay girl, then it's alright. If there's an openly gay guy, then a lot of the boys would have a problem with it.
How old were you when you came out?
I was 12 years old. It was a fun time, 7th grade. It was a good time. I had no idea what was happening. I had no idea. I always knew, like, even when I was younger, that I was different. All my friends would be like, oh, he's so cute, and he's so cute. And I'd be like, yeah, great. He really is. I was always feeling different. I was always a tomboy. I always wanted to play basketball and play football and soccer with the boys. But I finally realized who I was when I was around 11, and I finally decided to come out of the closet and be comfortable with who I was when I was 12.
How did your family and friends react?
Majority of my family doesn't talk to me now because I'm gay. They didn't talk to me before because of other reasons that have to do with them not liking certain things about the way my mother raised us, which I don't understand. But they don't like me now because I'm gay. They will not come to my graduation. They won't celebrate my birthdays. They won't call and see how I'm doing if I'm sick. They just don't talk to me at all. And my mom, on the other hand, she was just proud of me. She was like, I always knew you were different, and I'm proud of you for being who you are, and I've accepted who you are, and I'm not going to love you any less than I love you right now. So.
How do you think